The Ryco X116R engine protection kit for the 3-litre Isuzu DMAX, MUX and Mazda BT-50 comes complete with the Ryco Z980K16 series fuel water separator and RCC 360 series catch can, as well as specifically moulded hoses, brackets, fuel lines and hose clamps, all engineered for a neat install that looks like it could have come this way from the factory. As always, we recommend that the kit is installed by a qualified mechanic with the procedures shown in this instructional video. Begin by fitting the Ryco fuel water separator mounting bracket. Place the bracket at this location in the engine bay and use one M6 bolt and washer to secure the bottom section and one M8 nut and washer to secure the side section. Tighten all the fasteners, making sure that the bracket feels secure. Now we can fit the Ryco fuel water separator. Select the supplied quick connectors to suit the Ryco fuel water separator head along with the supplied blanking plugs. Fit the metal quick connectors here and the blanking plugs here and here on the Ryco fuel water separator head, making sure to use a supplied rubber bonded washer with each fitting, and tighten. Next, select 2 of the supplied elbow connectors and lubricate the barbed ends with diesel. Install an elbow connector on one end of both supplied fuel hoses and install 4 of the supplied fuel hose clamps onto both ends of the fuel hoses like so. Don't tighten the fuel hose clamps just yet. Now grab the factory filter housing assembly and lift it up to remove it from the factory bracket. Have a rag ready to capture any diesel that may spill, loosen the factory fuel hose clamp and disconnect the fuel supply line from the factory filter. Then, fit the supplied Ryco Male Connect straight fitting to the fuel supply line with a hose clamp and mount the Ryco fuel water separator assembly onto the fuel filter bracket facing towards the engine using the 2 black M10 bolts and washers supplied with the kit. Next, route one of the pre-prepared fuel hoses from the inlet port of the Ryco fuel water separator to the factory fuel supply hose with the Ryco Male Connect straight fitting. Then, connect it to the straight fitting until you hear a click. Connect the other end of the hose to the inlet port of the Ryco fuel water separator by pushing the elbow connector onto the metal quick connector until you hear a click. Route the other pre-prepared fuel hose from the outlet of the Ryco fuel water separator to the factory filter inlet port like so. Then connect the end of the fuel hose to the factory fuel filter inlet port and secure with a hose clamp. Connect the other end of the hose to the outlet port of the Ryco fuel water separator by pushing the elbow connector onto the metal quick connector until you hear a click. Next, slide the factory filter housing assembly back onto the factory fuel filter bracket, ensuring the hose clamps are secure and neither fuel hoses are jammed or kinked. For added security, use the supplied cable ties to secure the fuel hoses. To complete the Ryco fuel water separator install, locate the priming button on top of the factory fuel filter and prime the fuel system by pumping the button repeatedly until you feel it go hard and become difficult to press any further. The priming process could take approximately 5 to 10 minutes. Be sure not to open the bleed screw on the Ryco fuel water separator during the priming process. Once the fuel system has been primed, start the engine and check for any leaks. Now we can move on to fitting the Ryco catch can. Begin by locating the bracket mounting position on the driver's side of the engine bay here, then remove this factory bolt. Place the Ryco catch can mounting bracket and install the supplied bolt and washer here and here, ensuring all fasteners are tight. Next, slide the Ryco catch can onto its mounting position on the bracket so that the ports are facing towards the engine and slightly forward. Then, tighten the plastic bracket retaining screw on the Ryco catch can. Now, remove the engine cover and locate the PCV outlet port at the front of the engine. Remove the factory PCV hose and connect the small end of this supplied Ryco PCV hose to the engine PCV valve outlet using the supplied hose clamp. Connect the larger diameter end to the lower port of the Ryco catch can and secure with the supplied hose clamp. Next, connect the small end of the other supplied Ryco PCV hose to the air intake return port and secure with the supplied hose clamp. Then, connect the larger diameter end to the upper port of the Ryco catch can, securing with the supplied hose clamp. To complete the Ryco catch can install, check that both PCV hoses aren't jammed or kinked by the surrounding engine components. To install the drain hose, you'll need to fit the quick connector to the bottom of the catch can like so using the seal already fitted. Next, assemble the hose using the elbow quick connector and attach it to the clear PCV plastic hose and black plastic hose end using supplied hose clamps. Lastly, attach the end plug, which, when removed, drains the catch can. And there you have it. With the Ryco X116R engine protection kit installed, you can look forward to hitting the road for your next big adventure.